What's up, y'all? It's Elle, and of course, this is the Elmatic View. And today I'm giving it to you straight up, no chaser, for the people who felt like I wasn't coming as hard as I could. So I feel like this topic is the rawest and the realest as it gets, and that is HIV/AIDS awareness. And October is HIV/AIDS Awareness Month. A lot of people are unfamiliar with that. I know I was until a friend of mine came to me and said, "Hey, something I talk about, the black community needs to understand what's going on." So let's keep it real. Put a fucking condom on. Put the Jimmy on extra tight. I don't want to hear about the feeling. It doesn't feel the same. And, oh, I'm sensitive. Okay, you sensitive? They got sensitive condoms. And they have ultra thin condoms to make sure things feel as good as raw sex does. It's important that you guys use condoms because understand that Detroit is one of the mass populating HIV AIDS cases in the country, one of the highest in youth 15 to 25, as well as in the elderly 55 to 65. So I'm 25 and 15 to 25. Somebody's walking around with HIV AIDS that we know. Don't think that you're exempt because you're not. Don't think that it's just a white man disease or it's just a gay disease because it's not. It's so many people that's, sexuality right now is something that's it's kind of just out in the open. You get on the internet on my Explore page on Instagram, I'm seeing naked girls everywhere. And I'm seeing someone state their mood and someone giving them oral sex, or men are showing their abs. Threesomes are at a large stream of people thinking that it's just cool to just bring all types of people and different types of germs and juices into the bedroom. And it's not, it's not okay. You know, sex is something that is clearly as important to some people. I mean, of course, it's for stimulation, but it's just not okay to just sleep around with just a bunch of people, and especially unprotected, because at some point you're making the choice for somebody else to put their life and their body in danger. And if that's what you want to do, and if you're okay with doing that, then that's fine. Kill yourself if that's the case, because that's what it basically comes down to. And I hear so many people say, I'd rather have AIDS than cancer because you live longer. Some people live longer if you have the money. Magic Johnson. Some people live longer, they take care of their bodies. And then if you don't, then what? It could be the same outcome. I mean, look at Eazy-E. He didn't get tested. It's like most guys who just don't like going to the doctor, and he's sleeping around with a bunch of women, got a bunch of babies, and before he knows it, he's coughing and he's getting lesions and he's getting sick, and before he knows it, he's dying from full-blown HIV AIDS. And I think in the black community, that's when it became real. Like, hey, you can get it too. If a rich person has it, and a guy who appears to be a heterosexual has it, that means it's not just a gay person disease, because it's not. I mean, I know a woman that has it. She got it from her husband, and of course, apparently he was sleeping around. It's not specified whether it was a woman or a man. We're going to assume that it's a woman, and now she has HIV, and that's something she has to live with for the rest of her life. And it's unfortunate because you're married to a person and you feel like they're going to protect you, but ultimately you have to take the responsibility and protect yourself, because you never know what a person is doing. To be quite honest, I haven't used a condom since I started having sex. I was with the same person for a very long time. The one other person I did sleep with, of course, I did use a condom, but because I was with one person for so long, I trusted that person. I felt like I didn't have to. Now I'm no longer with that person, of course, for obvious reasons, and I have to take it upon myself to go get tested and to make sure that I'm okay. Of course, I believe that I am, but you just still never know. It takes 9 months to 1 year for HIV/AIDS to show up in your bloodstream, which means I have a whole lot of more time to go get tested to make sure that I'm good. And I'm not just the only person. And some people say, well, you're a hypochondriac. That's okay, because I take my body and my health seriously, but apparently not too serious because I wasn't protecting myself. And that's just myself being honest. Some people aren't honest with themselves with things that they're doing. You never know, like I said, who a person is sleeping with and what they're doing, and what the other person that they're sleeping with, what they're doing and what they're doing and what they're doing. And that was just a whole large spectrum of juices being passed and body chemistries being set off, and something could end up happening. And then it's like, well, damn, I got an itch I can't ditch now. And of course, one of the symptoms for HIV isn't itching. I'm just being facetious, but we got to become more responsible people when it comes to having sex. We have to be more, we have to understand that it's okay not to sleep with everything that looks good, because everything that looks good ain't good. You have to take a stance and understand that you're not exempt. Like I said, Detroit, the black community, it is on a rise. So that means that you too could possibly get it one day if you're not protecting yourself. And it doesn't mean that you're a promiscuous person. You can be sleeping with someone that, like I said, you trusted, and then what happens? Another thing that people need to know, that if you do know someone that has HIV/AIDS and you want to sleep with them, there is a pill that you can take for 21 days straight. It's called Truvada. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Once you take it for 21 days straight, it pretty much, I guess, coats your system more or less. And then you have to consistently take it every day, the same time every day, kind of like a birth control pill, to prevent yourself from getting the disease if you're going to sleep with someone that has it. But the minute you don't take it, or you switch your time schedule off, you're throwing your body chemistry off. Personally, I don't think that I would sleep with someone that I knew that had it, but you never know what the world could take you to. The biggest message I want to say today is put a condom on. Don't short yourself. Don't second guess situations. And if a person wants to sleep with you and they say don't put a condom on, question their motives, because they don't want to protect their own bodies, if that's the case. I mean, maybe that's just my personal opinion, but moving forward for myself, thank God I can say that God has blessed me enough where I haven't had anything, or not to judge people who have, because I'm sure that people walking around this raw dog and everybody ain't walking around this place sweet. I'm more than sure that you're not. So make people aware. Don't make the choices for them. Let them make that choice to say, hey, I'll still mess with you while you mess with this person and that person unprotectedly, because that's something that people leave out quite often. And a baby isn't the worst thing that you can come up with. I mean, like I said, you mess around and get HIV/AIDS, then what? It's something you have to live with for the rest of your life. And then you have children, and it's a possibility that they could come with the disease too, and you're making that choice for them. So be mindful. Understand this is very important. You are not exempt. This is something that's happening every day. And understand men who believe that, oh, I'm an upper, or I just get oral sex from a guy, that I'm not gay. Yes, you are. You are still gay. So if you're still sleeping with women, make them aware of the lifestyle that you're living so they can make that choice for themselves as well. Because it's just not cool. It's just not cool. And I think that it's some things we don't talk about. It's some things that we don't want to recognize and understand. We are very ignorant to the fact. But this is something that's important. It's killing people by the dozens. It's very prominent in a lot of urban communities because people are just, like I said, just ignorant, and it's not cool. So wrap it up. Know your status. Beyond HIV Awareness Month, get yourself checked out. There are free clinics everywhere if you don't have any insurance. I'm sure plenty of you guys know about them. Google them. You're on the internet every single day. Protect yourself. And that's all I got for you guys. Subscribe. Voting is coming up, so I'll be talking about that November 1st. And that's all I got for you guys today. Have a good one.